Are you ready? Okay. Hey, it's Amanda, and I am beyond excited to show you how to make fresh pasta. One of my favorite things to make, and believe it or not, it's easy AF. All right, so of course, to make the dough, we have all-purpose flour, and I'm using durum flour, which is a finer semolina flour. So I have about 2.5 cups of all-purpose here and 1 cup of the durum flour. Now, everybody uses a different mix of flours for their pasta dough around the world, but this happens to be my recipe that I really like, and it works for me. If you want to do all-purpose, you can. And I'm just going to really show you a very simple technique of taking those dry ingredients. I'm going to use a little bit of salt, about a teaspoon pinch. Make sure that goes in there with my dough, and make a well. This is the old school way to mix pasta. I've got about 5 eggs here. So I'm going to put 2 in and start to combine. I have a fork here. The fork can really help you with the eggs, and when your dough is really wet, you don't want that egg to get away from you, so you really just keep mixing, grabbing, and you just create your dough. This is fun because honestly, one of the reasons why I love to cook is you just get to play in the kitchen. This is like playing, and yes, you can do this in a food processor or in the stand mixer bowl, but when do you get to play with dough? Now, depending on where you are or even what the weather is, you may need to add a little bit of water to this. So this is the very first step of making pasta, and it has to rest a little. So this is something that you should definitely do ahead of time. Get it together, wrap it in plastic, and let it rest. An hour minimum, overnight maximum, because then the dough starts to get a little wet if you go too many hours of resting. It's just resting the gluten. You've heard that before. We're really working on this dough, and we want it to be strong but tender. So that's why after we give it a little work, we let it rest, just like us. And you can flavor this with whatever you want. Right now, if you wanted to add a whole bunch of black pepper and have pepper pasta, you could, or lemon zest, or if even you wanted to add, a flavored olive oil, you could do that at this moment. Okay, that's it. This is our dough. Honestly, it feels really good to me. When it rests, it's going to come together even more so, and then we are going to roll it through our sheeter and cut it. I'm wrapping it up. I'm putting it in the fridge, and then we'll be back. All right, this dough has been rested about an hour, and it is ready to roll and cut. I'm going to cut it into about 4 pieces so it's manageable to put through the roller. And then I have this KitchenAid stand mixer, which I love and use for everything, and the attachment. It's called a pasta roller. Essentially just these 2 rollers that go and go and go, starting wide, and then we adjust down to the rollers being really narrow, getting the dough thinner and thinner. And that's the process. I have a little bit of flour here, mixed durum and all-purpose, in case I need to dust it. But right now the dough is feeling really good. You ready to roll? Yes! Okay, so I just sort of shaped it with my hand, so it's the shape of the roller, and then I start to push it through. It's gonna come out a little bit gnarly at first, so then you fold it back together, and it's just working itself, working the dough. And then I'm changing the roller so it's a little bit thinner. And that's just gonna keep going. And I'm gonna keep putting it through the roller, and I'm gonna get the perfect sheet eventually. This is my favorite part, going through the roller, getting to see the dough form into a pasta sheet. If it feels sticky to you at all, you can put some flour on it, but right now this dough feels really beautiful. And what you're gonna notice is it gets longer and longer. So if you feel like you can't manage that long sheet at first, you can cut it in half. I have experience, I feel good about it, I can handle it. To me, this is where the beauty happens. This is where the magic happens. You see how nice it gets? And if there's any misshapen ends, you can fold them back in. If you want to get that real pretty again, if you're fussy about that, you roll it through on the same size. And then you really start to get the perfect sheet. And then that's when you take it down a little thinner. Now, if you want a thicker pasta, you'll stop pretty soon. If you want it really thin and delicate, you'll go all the way down to the last number. This is looking gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see how beautiful this is. You can almost see my hand through it. It feels really good. It's still flexible. It's not too dry. I'm going to do one more just because I love it. And that way we'll be ready to cut. Today we're going to make a fettuccine. You can make spaghetti. You can make pappardelle. You can make all sorts of shapes with fresh pasta. Look at this dough. It is so gorgeous. Now, obviously, this is multiple portions, and you can cut it as long or as short as you like. I usually cut it to what I think I would want my noodle length to be. Estimate, and then keep cutting all your other sheets that same way. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of portions out of this one dough. And then if you have a little extra, this is usually my tester piece. So this will be 3 portions of pasta. Or if you like a hearty portion, then this is 1 portion of pasta. And then I just changed the attachment on the KitchenAid to the cutter. But if you don't have this cutter, you can just do it by hand. Okay, so the attachment is on. Obviously, turn the machine on to get it going. And then we're gonna cut. This is so fun. Are you ready for the big reveal? Ah! Look at that. It is so gorgeous. Just take that pasta, put in a little pile on your flour. Portion number 1. We're gonna do it again, just because I love it so much. Here we go. It's so beautiful. It came out perfect. If you find that your pasta is a little wet, you can put a lot of flour onto it at this point. You can dust it with flour. But this feels, like I said, really good, so I don't even need it. And I put it on my tray, and I get ready for the next one. And you just keep doing the same process until you've done all your dough. And the best is yet to come. Time to cook. The pasta has been rolled. I have water boiling. It's salted. I've actually tasted the water. This water should taste salty, but not like the ocean, because I'm using some of the water to make the pasta sauce, okay? Think about that. So it's seasoned, but not overly seasoned. Now, this is so fresh, this pasta, that it doesn't need that much time to cook. So I'm gonna take all 3 of these and get them in the water ASAP. I'm gonna go right in, and I'm gonna start to move it around very gently. Now you should or could use a fork or a spoon. You made all this beautiful pasta, you don't wanna break it. I have my tongs today because I really want to be able to show you how to handle the pasta. We'll use also a little spider. Okay, water was boiling, pasta goes in. It is super fresh. It barely needs any time at all. We're gonna come back to a little bit of a simmer, but honestly, this pasta is almost done. If you want to take it out and check it, that's the best test. Still a little al dente. It needs, I would say, about 1.5 to 2 minutes to cook. As long as the water's boiling, you're good. And authentic, fresh Italian pasta cooks more in the sauce. Okay, we don't just pour sauce on top. We put the pasta in the pan with the sauce, so it drinks it. That's the whole idea. That's why there's different pasta shapes, different pasta on the outside that is a little more rough to absorb the sauce. That's why there's so many different kinds, okay? So, come on in, and I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen. I'm pasta water now simmering. I'm going to take this pasta out of here. It's actually changed color a little. I don't even know if you can see that. Now, if I get some pasta water in this sauce pan, that's what I want. I want to drag some of that pasta water with me. It's going in that saucepan with me, okay? And I'm not going to waste any noodles. That's what those tongs are for. And I'm going to stir it around, and you'll see. So what I have in here is butter, black pepper, and now I'm putting pecorino romano cheese. Anybody know what that is? Cacio e pepe. Cacio e pepe. That's my Italian accent. It just means cheese and pepper. Come on, guys. It's the delicious, delicious, simple Roman pasta. Cacio e pepe. And the cheese actually thickens it. The butter and the cheese, the pepper, it all comes together. There's nothing more to do now but eat it. Let's go. It's finished. It's beautiful. Look at this pasta. And I cannot wait to take a bite. Just kind of twirl it in. I mean, honestly, presentation is everything, but when it comes to fresh pasta, it's just all about flavor. Get that little bit of butter that's left. I'm gonna add a little more of the cheese. There's always more cheese to be had. Pecorino Romano on top. Black pepper. Our beautiful fresh pasta is ready. And it's easy AF. I'm gonna take a bite. I can't stand it. I can't wait. It smells so good. Look at that. Oh my God.